Hey guys, it's Ashley and welcome back for another tutorial. Today I'm going to be making this really cute minion tsum tsum. So the first thing you're going to need is some blue, yellow, gray, white, and black clay. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my yellow clay and I'm going to shape it into an oval shape. And I'm going to take my blue clay and I'm going to shape that also into an oval shape. So I'm going to try to make both pieces very similar in their thicknesses so that when I go to put them together, they will match up nicely. So once I have them at a perfect thickness, I'm going to slice off half of each piece. And then I'm going to put those pieces together, flat sides together. And then I'm going to try to blend the two pieces together, but I don't want to blend them to the point where the yellow and the blue come together and blend. I want them just to stay stuck together. So once I have those two pieces stuck together nicely, I'm going to start working on the suspender portion of the Minion's outfit. So I'm just going to take some blue clay and roll it out into a flat sheet, and then I'm going to slice a long rectangular shape, about a quarter of an inch in thickness. And then I'm going to take that and wrap it around the minion body, leaving a yellow strip below it. And then I'm just going to take my X-Acto knife and slice to make it a nice clean edge and blend them together. So once we have put this piece on, then I'm going to move on to the front of the suspenders, and I'm going to cut two rectangles to place on either side of the minion body. So I try to make these pieces a little bit flatter just because I'm going to be blending them into the body, so I don't want them to protrude too much. So now I'm just going to butt those pieces up to the little strip of blue clay on both sides. And then I'm going to take my blending tool and blend like crazy. So this is a lot of blending, takes, a good couple minutes just to make it nice. And try not to move the blue clay over top of the yellow peeking through so that you can try to keep it a nice crisp rectangle. So I'm just rolling the back of my blending tool to kind of push the clay and move it down the body, and eventually it will be nice and smooth and beautiful. So now I'm going to work on the eyeball. So I'm only creating one eyeball, and this one would happen to be Stuart, if I am correct. So I just took a ball of white clay and then flattened it onto the end of the body, and now I'm going to make an eyelid. So I took a ball of yellow clay, flattened it into a circle, and then I'm chopping off half of it. And this is a little bit tricky. There might be a better way to do this, but this is how I did it. So you can choose to make an eyelid if you like, or you can not put the eyelid. It's up to you. And you can also do two eyes if you like Kevin and Bob better. So now I'm going to be using my silver or gray clay and cut a long snake and put it around the eyeball, and this will be the outer rim of the goggles. And this I used Craftsmart clay. This is the worst clay ever, in my opinion, for the gray. This is all I had on hand, but it's a little bit old, so it wasn't blending quite as well as my Sculpey was, so don't mind that. But I will be buying some new stuff as soon as I can. I had that since I first started actually getting into polymer clay, so now I'm just getting a little piece of black clay and creating a pupil. And now I'm going to roll out some really thin snakes and create eyebrows and a little smile. And even though he only has one eye, if you see a picture of Stuart, he still has two eyebrows, surprisingly. So I'm going to put two on either side. And then I placed a little black smile. Okay, so once you have your little smile and eyebrows in place, then I'm going to work on the straps of his goggles. And I'm just going to roll out some black clay and cut two little rectangles. And I will be placing those on either side of the goggles. And then once you are finished with that, then you can put on some little feet. And I just cut a snake of black clay and then cut 4 equal portions. And this I find is the best way to make sure that you have very similar sized pieces so that they can all be nice and even. And I'm just going to put them underneath. And then you can bake according to your packaging instructions. And mine is 265 for about 15 minutes. And then you can choose to glaze. I use a triple thick by Americana, and here I'm just showing you how I clean all my clay first. And I'm just placing an eye pin into the very top of it, and I used some Bacon Bond and covered the eye pin with it so that when it goes to bake in my oven it will harden and I don't have to worry about my finding falling out. So there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up, comment below if you have any questions. All my social media will be down in the description box, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!